having a deck is a large investment. You want to make sure that you protect that investment. So today I'm with Amber from Parr Lumber. And Amber, how do we take care of that deck?
All right, so, well, with a wood deck in particular, a lot of people will end up with a wood deck over years that tends to look like this, kind of grayed, maybe splitting a little bit, needs a good cleaning and a good brightening.
Looks like mine.
Oh, that's sad. Well, we can hook you up. So basically, this is what you're looking at with just a regular aged, untreated board.
Okay.
This board here has been cleaned with a deck cleaner. This board has been cleaned and then brightened. So you can kind of tell the difference between these. Now, if you put a stain directly on your uncleaned and brightened board, you're probably going to get a splotchy, dark version of whatever stain you picked out. And even so with the cleaning sometimes. The brightening process helps you get the true stain that you're picking out on the board, on your deck.
Kind of brings it back to its natural state.
Brings it back to its natural luster and beauty is all there. It takes those tannins out of cedar, really brightens it up.
Is it a two-step process? Do you clean and then brighten, or is it one?
It is, but it's a process you can do all in one day. So you can put the brightener on, give it a scrub with a brush, and hose it off. It's supposed to be applied to a damp board, so then you can go directly on and apply the brightener.
Makes sense.
And let it set and hose it off, and that's what she looks like. So
okay, so now we want to protect that.
Now we want to protect that. So stain options, there's all kinds of stain options out there. Just depending on what you're interested in. I mean, you can get solid pigment stains. What we offer in our locations are semi-transparent, which you have the cards out here in front of you. You can kind of see it still lets the grain show through, so you still get that wood look, whereas a solid stain would be like putting a paint on, basically. We have a product like Penafin, which uses rosewood oils. They tend to absorb more into the actual wood fibers and have a little bit more UV protectant than some of the other transparent stains. And then you have like a raincoat, which is basically what you're used to seeing as like a standard clear sealer.
Okay.
You can do on decks like pools and things like that to keep them water repellent.
Now, I notice a lot of times they say how long a stain will last. How long will they really last?
Probably about every 2 years is what you're going to end up restaining. But this process here is, shouldn't be that often. If you keep your stain up, you don't have to go through the whole
So every 2 years I don't have to do this?
You don't have to do that every 2 years.
I thought I had to do that every 2 years.
And if you get to the point where, your stain has built up, you can use a stripper and actually strip all of the stain and start over again.
Okay.
So, but with cleaning, if say you have a composite deck, there's specific cleaners that help remove the mold and the spots that happen on composite decks. There's also cleaners for, if you have a concrete patio.
Oh,
I have a
okay.
concrete patio at home, and you have to use some different products to get those clean as well. So
it gets rid of algae and things like that?
Things like that, exactly. And the reason you want to use more like specific products for what the material is you don't want any like film buildup or a chemical reaction that you don't want to plan on, using bleach on your composite decking and ending up with like a peach-colored deck of your redwood composite. So
any tip on staining?
No, it's probably better to do a thin coat, let it soak in, and do another coat rather than just sloshing it all on there and hoping it takes, because you'll have some sticky spots that won't probably want to dry for quite a while.
And you do have to dry in between.
Yeah, and it's always preferred that you apply to a dry wood also. So after this process is complete, you want to give this a good time to dry out thoroughly before you apply a stain.
Okay. Appreciate that information. And if you want to protect your investment, you've got everything you need here.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.